So I got my realization in Australia, so it's not in. But I very soon came to England. About 4 or 5 months after I got my realization, I ended up in England, and I never thought of myself as a seeker. Somebody told me afterwards, "Oh, you." I always picked you as a seeker. I've gone, "What's a seeker?" I didn't even know the word guru. So at that stage, my lifestyle was, you'd have everything you'd think you'd want in a nice flat overlooking the harbour in Sydney, and a fast car, and a job where you're travelling around the world. But there was a big hole in my life, and it was I reached that sort of emotional state where everything was starting to fall apart and go wrong, and I had come back from a long haul trip, and I was tired, and I was just going into the supermarket to get some milk and stock up. And this girl who lived quite near my flat, who I knew very vaguely, and she was often asking me to parties and things, I thought, well, she's crazy, I'm never going to her parties or anything. She said, "Oh, okay, how are you going?" And I've gone, "Oh God, my life is like this." And so having this great whinge to her, and she's banging me on my left shoulder all the time. I thought, why is she hitting me on the left shoulder? I was feeling so tired, having a nice whinge. And she said, she said, "What you need is this lady." And she pulled her pendant up like this, and I've gone, oh, okay then, I thought, what do you say? I thought, nice. She said, "You come to my house you come to my house on Sunday night." This was a Friday. It was the 1st of August, 1980. I remember. And I said, okay. So having turned down parties and things she'd invited me to before, suddenly I said, out of spontaneously, yes, I'll come. And I remember walking to the dairy department to get my milk and everything, and standing there thinking, I don't feel tired anymore. I felt like this rush of energy. I felt fantastic. It was amazing. I never had another cigarette. I was wanting to give up cigarette. I never had another cigarette. I went home and wrote these Dear John letters and sorted out all my love life. And so I had no idea what was happening. I was just suddenly, everything was falling into place. And all I had seen was Mother's picture on the pendant. And then I went to her place on the Sunday, and they sat me down in the kitchen and put Mother's picture there and said, "Put your hands out." And I thought, what? I thought I knew I shouldn't have come to this crazy woman's place. They were knitting away, and saying, "Oh, she's got it, she's got it. Can you feel this?" And I'm thinking, well, I said, "Look at her eyes, look at this, can you feel it?" I thought, no, I can't feel anything. I thought, oh dear. Anyhow, they gave me this picture and sent me home, and she said, "By the way, she's God, And I've gone, okay. I remember putting it on the stick.
I think you should tell them that you were a flight attendant. You were a very down-to-earth lady.
Yeah, well, yes, I said I didn't have all the obvious material advantages of what people would have thought was a wonderful life at that stage. But I do remember putting the black and white, that official photograph of Shri Mataji, down by the gear stick of my car and driving home and thinking, well, who am I to say she's not? So I give myself credit for having an open mind. But because I think she told me that straight off, that I thought it's between her and we have to work this out. Because I think if I'd come to a public program, I'd listened to a lecture, or I'd looked at the Sahaja Yogis around me, I would have gone, no, they're all crazy, because to me the seeking was more like, it wasn't, I didn't even know the word guru, so it was more, I had to have the answer this lifetime. That's all I knew. I didn't want to sit and be 80 years old with that blank look on my face and thinking it's all over and I still don't know the answer. I thought, I'm not dying till I get the answer. And of course, that's it. And I always knew that something special was going to happen to me when I was 35, because I was always going on about turning 35. And they said, "What's so special about that?" I've gone, I don't know, it's just that's when I'm going to be complete. I'll be complete at 35. They said, "What do you mean?" I thought, I don't know what I mean, but it's going to be complete. And of course, it was my 35th year that I got my realization, when I was 35. But I had made such a fuss about turning 35 that my sister had given me a surprise birthday party, which was the most disastrous night of my life, because she'd just gone through my address book and had asked everybody, because I said, "Why did you do this? It was horrible. You had the plumber there and people I never wanted to meet, and it was just such a dreadful night." And she said, "Well, you've made such a fuss about turning 35 of your life. I thought we'd better do something special for you." But it was some months later that I actually got my birthday present. It was the 1st of August 1980. Yeah. And 4 months later, I was transferred in my job to London, so, which was a miracle because, you know, Mother had just, orchestrated by Shri Mataji from beginning to end. So I guess I was a seeker.